Okay, guys, welcome to the Chosen One podcast show. If you landed on this podcast episode, you are probably a manifesting generator and a female entrepreneur, coach, or expert. So, welcome, take a cup of tea, and binge listen to all the amazing episodes I have set up for you. Episodes to help you create the right energy and mindset to create the manifesting generator business and life of your dreams. Here we go. Okay, Queens. So I have a feeling that this is going to be a very special podcast episode because it is a interesting energy what's going on collectively. So it's now the 24th of October. Our beautiful daughter turned 2 last week. Oh my goodness, on the 15th. It was so beautiful and loving and aligned, and I really had an amazing time. We all had an amazing time. And it made me realize like the true meaning of birthdays, right? Because birthdays really are a day to celebrate that somebody is with us, right? We really celebrate the life. And it reminded me of how little we celebrate being alive, how little we celebrate just being here in this physical world, how little we got a little ring on that, how little we actually see all the beauty. And I think, so this is very interesting for me because I have been, like, my strategy so far has been to be very deliberate in my energy. I'm very focused in my energy. I'm very focused on my podcast show. I'm focused on my email list. And I've for the last year, probably since my daughter's been born, I've been very conscious about not being on Instagram a lot with my business. In the past, I have definitely been more present on Instagram. And then I went off for a bit. And of course, I have been present the last couple of months, but not fully. It was like me creating something, but then just posting it and disappearing again. But something very interesting happened a couple of weeks ago. First of all, I've been very deliberate in my diet lately because I got some explicit instructions about what to change, because they literally showed me, Sophie, we're gonna go to another level. So we need different things from you going into this next phase. So in my life, in my business, I moved through these different phases. I went to a similar phase at the end of August. And what happens in those transition phases, I call it, is that I'm very called by my guides and by the universe. It's interesting what happens to my voice, to then actually really do things that are completely in service to my clients. This is very interesting because when I go through these months, like I said, the last time was in August, I tend to really offer a lot of things for a way lower price than I would normally do it. They, my guides and my team literally showed me okay, this is what you have to do. This is the price where you have to do it for. Everything has to be in service right now. And I do a lot of charity work, showing up and really giving my energy in a very unconditional way. I do sell a lot in these months, but it's really not for the prices that I would normally sell it for. So it's really the instructions from the universe. And what really is an additional assignment they basically gave me to go into this next level this specific month is to not only show up in the podcast show and through my email, but also do it on Instagram. and do it in a way that is really aligned. And this is where it becomes very interesting, because I have not done this in a very long time, being so present on Instagram, because there's always a very there's a thin line between showing up on Instagram and being all over the place and going into the energy of all the people there and like losing yourself, and then really showing up from a almost like a no, not from almost, it's like from showing up from a super aligned leadership energy that is in service to your clients and to the people who are following you. And this can only be done when we are super deliberate in our energy. So the assignment that they gave me around my diet, I knew I had to execute that first before I could start showing up on Instagram like this, because if my diet is not in place, I am not able to carry this type of energy, right? This type of responsibility basically is what they gave me. It's been very interesting. The hardest part for me basically was changing the diet, because that's just like, it's not easy for me to change the diet. But I knew I had to be done, and I am always working in service of the universe, of my spirit team. I know there's always something bigger that they're asking from me, that they desire from me. And if they give me such a specific assignment, I know I have to follow it. I don't have a choice. So doing that was like basically probably the hardest part for me this month. And then I also had to close off some energetic leaks because of some things I had tried last month. There's no need to go into detail around that, but I needed to close off some energetic leaks, and I now feel like we officially entered the month of like really being in service. I don't know exactly how the months of my spirit guides go. I mean, because we're in the last week of October, so I'm pretty sure it's not going to be just a week. I think it's going to be longer. So maybe it's going to be like all the way October and all the way November, or maybe it's going to be until the half of November. I feel like it's going to be until probably the 15th of November or something, that I'm really in this like transition space. Okay. So you will be seeing a lot of content from me, a lot of offers from me for lower prices, because they just literally show me this is now in service, this is now what you need to do. So I'm very, very curious on how to see how this works out, and to see who comes into the energy field, who really steps into this energy portals, and who really who are basically called into the same type of energy, right? So something else happened, because I also had a very clear message around really taking the Instagram game to a different level. And I've reached out to some of my MG sisters who operate at a very high level, who I view as, I wouldn't say friends because that's not the right word, but I think they are sisters. They are sisters who operate at a similar level. We all operate in our own sacred space, but we all have a responsibility, let's put it that way, for we all have our own community that we're serving, and it's at a high level. And being at such a high level, we also have a certain type of responsibility. That's what they really showed me. And that type of responsibility has to do with taking care of our tribe, and at the same time also making sure that the collective is being called to a next level. Maybe you're listening to me, you're like, oh my God, Sophie, what you're talking about? I doubt it, because I feel like I have a lot of aligned MG sisters in my energy field who understand what I'm talking about. But we're talking about really showing up from a more aligned space also on Instagram. And this is where it becomes a very big challenge for a lot of entrepreneurs, because Instagram is so filled with different types of energy that it really takes a very aligned energy to stay aligned in that field. I do, however, believe that it is very, very well possible to show up in a very aligned way on Instagram, in a way that is very suitable to our profile as manifesting generators, and that also allows us to actually turn new people who come into our energy field on Instagram into paying clients within like 2-3 weeks after they come into contact with us. And that's basically what I'm going to teach you in my new program, which is called the Insta Content Game. So the Insta Content Game is a game where you're gonna play with me for 4 weeks, which is a little bit of a challenge for me, because 4 weeks is long for me, but I accepted the challenge that they gave me. We're gonna work together for 4 weeks, and we're actually gonna create a very aligned Instagram profile feed for you, so you can start showing up from that very aligned space, a very authentic place, and at the same time really call in those super aligned clients that you desire to work with. We are going to build a feed that you can actually reuse over and over and over again. So you're going to basically understand how to create a feed that is completely in line with how you are designed as a manifesting generator, that is completely in service of the world, and also in service of your future clients, and even more importantly, maybe of service for your family. So it shows me like doing this will also actually help your family, in the sense that you become more aligned. You will get more money. You will get more clients you like working with. I'm sorry, guys, I'm channeling. So I have to listen what they say. It will literally take your whole level to a next level. So it's a very sacred portal. It's a sacred Insta content game. So I'm attracting in sacred women for this particular game. We're going to play it at a high frequency. You're going to get one assignment from me a day, where you're literally building your feed day by day. So either 4 days or 5 days a week. I'm not quite sure yet, because my work week is not 5 days typically. So I have to check with my spirit guide if it's going to be 5 days a week or 4 days a week. But at least 4 days a week, you will get an assignment from me to post something specific, particular on Instagram, to build that feed that is just becoming that beautiful, beautiful etalage is the word in Dutch, window, a beautiful window where people can see immediately when they come into your energy field on Instagram, like, oh my God, this is somebody who I just desire to work with, right? And then being super clear to them, like, okay, this is the next step to take. This is how I can get to know them better. And then having them convert into a paying client within like 2 to 3 weeks. So this portal I have pre-sold to my MG Dream Academy clients. The first 5 spots are now taken. And now I feel like it's time to actually start selling this to all of you guys, like all of my other clients. So the current price I'm selling it at is at $750. Okay, this is a very, very let's say it this way, uncomfortable price for me, in that sense. Like, I think it's like way too low, right? I think it should be way higher for the amount of transformation I'm gonna go and provide in this specific portal. However, it's the price that they have showed me. I have to tune in, guys. I have to tune in 1 second to feel what is. Okay, yes. So I am going to share the sales page link with you guys. It's actually not, it's a sales page checkout in one. There is an option to pay in with a payment plan. Again, guys, I'm tuning in while I'm talking. Okay, so there is a payment plan available. And I am actually going to give a very special bonus as well. I feel like this bonus is just so in service. So I am going to add it as well to you guys who want to book this specific offer right now. So the offer, and I feel uncomfortable with this as well, but I know it's in service. So the bonus that I want to provide to everybody that books this deal for the 750 euros and pays in full, you will get a one-on-one bonus call from me for 30 minutes. So in this 30-minute bonus call, you can literally use me as your instrument, right? So if you want me to look at your sales copy, if you want me to tweak your Instagram copy, if you want me to look at some of your sales funnels, if you want me to look at your website, if you want me to brainstorm with you about your own sales webinar, whatever it is you desire, business-wise, I will help you do that in those 30 minutes, okay? So the only thing I ask from you is that you are sort of clear around what you want my help with. We can also do multiple things in that 30-minute call. But this is like a very high valuable bonus that I don't even offer normally. And if I would offer it, it would be like for minimum of 1,500 euros. So I'm going to offer it for free for the first 5 women who actually sign up for this particular Insta content game. And pay in full. Okay, so today is the 24th. So if you listen to this way later than 24th, maybe just send me a DM on Instagram real quick or a WhatsApp message to check if the bonus is still valid for you. Do that. So I'm really excited about this. I'm going to share this with you guys. I'm going to share this podcast show. I'm going to trust that all the energy will sort of settle down later this afternoon. I am about to go into the call with my MG Dream Academy members. It's the 4th week of the month. So the 4th week, we always do like tweaking, like all the energy and all the mindset fucks that come up. I saw like a lot of my MG Academy clients currently are sort of like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. And this is exactly why I always do these type of calls in the 4th week of the month, because everybody goes through these emotions around the 4th week of the month. It's the end of the month almost. We start evaluating and then we're like, oh my God, I'm not where I want to be. And then we get all frantic and panicked. And if you're able to course correct that, you can get the most amazing insights out of these like so-called failures, and it will give you such an amazing kickstart for the next month. So I'm really excited to get to work with them. It's like one of my favorite weeks, the 4th week of the month, to really help them tweak their mindset. Okay, I'm gonna prepare for that energetically and also like do some preparation, because we're going to dive deeper into their human design chart, we're going to dive deeper into their astrology chart, and we're going to really use the astrology and the human design to actually tweak the energy for them. So I'm really excited about this. Okay, love you guys. If you want more information about the MG Dream Academy, of course you can go to the website sophieditmer.com/MG Dream Academy. You can find more information about that. And then also I am actually hosting an amazing new webinar next Tuesday, the 31st of October. So if you want to be present there, you can sign up through the link in bio, okay? But for now, I want you to tune into the Insta content game. feel if you are ready to show up in a different way on Instagram. And if your answer is yes, Sophie, I am, then I don't want you to second guess yourself. I just want you to trust your sacral. Go to the website, check out, book the how do you say that? The game, and trust that everything will work out exactly the way it's supposed to be. Okay, so this is really my me giving you, like, I'm really telling you, trust that this is for you. Okay, trust that this is for you, because I know that my spirit guides have they have showed me this particular game for a reason. It really serves a higher purpose. Okay, so trust it and just book it and trust that it will work out. Okay, love you guys, and we'll talk soon.